Hello YouTube, my name is Michael and today I'm going to be showing you how to install a blade on the Ridgid 10-inch sliding miter saw. Now this is really going to be something universal, so if you don't have a Ridgid, many of the same principles that I'm going to be showing you here today is actually going to be true on your saw. In terms of the Ridgid, they have put the wrench into the handle of the saw. The saw is in the downward position right now at this point, so it is allowing us to get access to the bolt that we need to loosen off in order to put the saw blade on. Now, on the back side, on the underside of the motor, there's actually a locking pin. By pressing the locking pin in, it allows you to hold the blade in place or hold the arbor in place in this particular situation and loosen off the bolt. That will ultimately allow us to remove the bolt and the flange. Now, something that want you to keep in mind here is that they reverse the thread on a saw, and many of the saws will all be the same in this case here. So in order to loosen off the bolt, you're actually going counterclockwise. So the bolt comes off and the flange here as well. And I'm just going to show you in this particular case here, there are two flat sides to the flange which you need to match up to the arbor. Again, just something that you need to be mindful of and take a look on your particular saw. Now, in this particular case here, I'm installing the blade that came with the Ridgid. It is a carbide 40-tip general purpose blade here, and I'm going to show you how that goes into place. Now, right now, we're in the down position, which allowed us to take the bolt out and the flange off very easily. I'm going to allow the saw head to come in the upward position at this point here, and I'm going to insert the blade. Now, something as well that you need to be mindful of. Now, most blades are going to indicate the direction of the cut. In this particular case, it's going in this direction right here, and you want to make sure that you get the blade installed correctly. And you want to make sure that the teeth of the blade are going to be cutting into the material. So as the motor turns the blade and as the cutting action takes place, you want to make sure that the teeth are cutting into your material. So at this particular point here, I'm just going to raise up the guard out of the way here. It allows me to have access to the slot that I need to get the blade up into. And then the blade just goes over top of the arbor. And now we need to get the flange installed. And again, I mentioned that there is two flat sides to the flange in this particular case here. So you just line it up accordingly. And then we are putting the bolt back into place here. I'm just going to hand tighten it for the time until we get it into a bit of a snug position here. And I'm going back now to the wrench. Again, I am pushing the locking pin on the underside of the motor. That will allow you to hold the blade and the arbor in place. And that will now allow you to snug the blade up securely into the arbor. So again, in this particular case here, we're going to be going counterclockwise to secure the blade in place. And now you're all set. The blade has been installed. The cutting action of the teeth is going to be into the material, and you're going to be all set, ready to go. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please throw those in the comments below. Would really appreciate you subscribing to the channel and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.